Hey everybody, this is Alan. Just wanted to let you know, at the beginning of this episode, we talk about Hereditary, the A24 movie, at length, and pretty much talk about the entire plot of the film and everything that happens. And we just go through scenes and giggle like little man-childs. So we'll put a timestamp in the description of the episode, so you can skip that if you haven't seen the movie or just don't want to hear that. So just look in the description right now if you want to skip that, and there will be a time code. Otherwise, enjoy the episode. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to get underway. If everyone can find their seats and remember to enjoy the show. Thank you.
Ooh, speaking of, have you guys seen Hereditary?
Yas.
Yeah, we can talk
Yes,
about
you.
it.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. I really enjoyed that movie.
I'll tell you a great story.
I can too. I'll start. I saw the movie with the producer. The second name on screen literally was sitting
Yeah.
directly behind me in the movie.
And they
theater.
kissed.
Hey, did
Made
remember when you
out.
said real quick? Remember when you said we should do introductions and then keep talking like this? Did we do introductions?
No, and also we're also like totally talking about Hereditary, which is going to be on the podcast. So welcome to Coming of Age, everyone.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey guys,
That's Dan.
Dan's back.
that's me.
This is Chase over here.
Hey, and that's Alan over there.
Welcome.
Look at those guys. Look at those boys. Ooh, so cute.
Yeah, so we're talking
Oh,
about
you're beautiful, Dan.
our little experience going to Hereditary. Our own, none of us saw it together, so we all have
Separate experiences. Very separate experiences.
so
Not together, separate.
like different like places.
Like we were different places in life, and like yeah.
I saw it
Physically,
on,
geographically,
like
different locations.
saw it on like
Emotionally.
Wednesday. But anyway, Chase, go on.
Okay.
I saw it on Tuesday.
Nice. So you've seen it the most
Yeah.
recently, which means
Yeah.
it will be easier for you to talk about because I'm
Ooh,
starting
I
to
don't know
forget
about
things.
Yeah, based on how high I get before I go see movies, I don't know how true that will be.
Did
Okay.
Sawyer like it?
Oh, he loved it, dude. Especially when that bitch's head popped off. He was like, "Fuck yeah, dude! That's fucking metal."
Very cool.
That was metal. That was a metal
Dude,
fucking scene.
that shit was
Yeah, it was just not expecting that to happen at all.
It's literally like it was from Metalocalypse.
dude. When they fucking cut back to her head, just fucking covered in ants. That's the Metalocalypse
Yeah,
shit
that's-
right there.
that's
oh
what I was
my
picturing.
fucking god! Oh my god! It was
Tony
great.
Collette's just screaming in the background.
Spoiler.
Yeah. Oh my god. Hail Pyman.
Hail Pi! I yelled it out in the theater. Like I couldn't help myself. I yelled out "Hail Pyman."
I wanted to.
when they were all screaming it. Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope.
That's so funny.
Oh my god.
It was hilarious. It was great. I
Who were
felt
you?
great about
Were you
it.
by yourself?
I was with Ben, and we were in an almost empty theater, so it helped with yelling out "Hail Pyman." But
Did Ben like it?
oh yeah, no, we both.
Oh,
fucking
I'm
loved
sure.
it.
I'm sure. you fucking
yeah, I'm
loved
sure.
it.
he
Ben,
did.
Ben was a little spooked. Ben was a little spooked there.
Oh my god.
He was shook.
As he should be. It was a pretty scary fucking movie.
Dude, just when his mom is like up in the corner when he's staring at the fireplace and his
Dude.
mom's up in the corner there, that was creepy. But then when she fucking ran from the other side of the room, Oh my god! Like
Those-
that was the big jump for me.
She like slides across the screen, like floats across to the other side.
Oh no, that's when he's in his bedroom and she
Yeah.
does like the swimming thing, and
Yeah.
that was just that I like cracked up laughing at, honestly. Like, I was just like, what the fuck? Because it wasn't like the scary possessed like wall crawl or anything. It was just like literally just like a breaststroke.
Yeah, it was very
It's
smooth.
like a frog paddle through the air.
It's almost scarier.
Yeah, I loved that they like didn't do the crawl thing like first.
But like her banging her head on the ceiling, like the
Oh.
attic door.
oh my god.
Yeah, for sure. There's your crawl.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that was fucking.
And then they followed that up with neck floss, and that was fantastic.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
I didn't really
I didn't have
understand
any
it, but
I didn't have any fun in the theater. Let me just point out while everyone's going off and I'm just like, man, I wish I had a good time because I had the worst fucking theater experience I've ever had watching this movie.
It's truly awful.
It was terrible. Like everyone was fucking. I had these like high school kids behind us,
ugh.
and they were literally like so insensitive to the little girl. They were like saying terrible shit.
That makes me feel better because the comment that I was about to say when you said high school kids was super insensitive. But never mind. Let's push past it. It's like current events insensitive. But like let's keep going.
Okay, let's keep going. I agree.
Little shits.
But they sucked very much. And like people were
motherfuckers.
getting like fucking phone calls and like dropping their phone and like laughing at parts that you like should not laugh at. And then also
I was doing that.
And then also like doing that. All those kids behind us were doing that throughout the movie. So I didn't know when it was coming from the fucking movie or it was coming from behind me. On like parts that like legit mattered, we were just like,
Yeah.
it's those fucking kids. And like it definitely wasn't.
Yeah.
Like it sucked so bad.
Yeah.
I hated it. And I didn't know what to think. I didn't know if it was a good movie or not. But like I have to go fucking watch it again.
Well,
because
Yeah. I might go
obviously it's
see it
pretty
again.
fucking great.
It's definitely a
No.
good movie. It's irrefutably a good movie or a well-made movie.
Yeah, no, I mean, I might go see it with as limited a time as I have, like free time that I have with a kid and everything. I think I'm gonna go see it again in theaters because like I thought it was fucking dope as shit.
I agree with you.
Yeah, we talked about going to see it again. We really need to. We must.
In
the
I didn't
theater.
understand. I didn't understand the husband catching on fire. That was the only part that I had like
Trouble.
took issue with. Everything else, like I was like, this is like motivated and it all flows. It's like it's perfect. But like, why wouldn't she have caught on fire? Like if she threw it in like before.
It was a trick. It was some kind of
Yeah,
trick.
like that's what. So I started like going like reading reviews and like fucking listening to reviews and shit after because I was like, I have to understand this movie. I didn't catch any of it. And that's what they're talking about in this movie, that it kind of sets up that this demon is like fucking with everyone. And
especially after she summons it.
is like sort of a trickster and shit. So like
Yeah.
the things that you like can't explain, like that's kind of how they explained them to be, like, but they like explained them in a way that they were like, it wasn't like flat or anything. They were like, this is like so fucking cool. I was just like,
Yeah.
I didn't get that. I don't know. Like what's going on?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess the argument could be made that like she was already just like that woman was like fucking trolling her and like tricking her with being like, oh look, like I just got this incantation, blah blah blah, like that she was doing a little tricksies of like, oh please, like you gotta throw it in the fire, but I already got the demon in me and shit, and I know what's gonna happen when you throw the shit in the fire or when it gets thrown in the fire.
Yeah.
I did not expect this movie to
Yeah.
be what it was at fucking all.
No,
I'll
me
tell
either.
you that
But
fucking
that's
much. Holy shit.
part of why I enjoyed it so much is that you kind of forced to go in blind. None of the
Well,
promotional material or nothing about anything before you go into the movie will tell you what you're about to experience.
Well, it's not what I expected from like a A24 movie either. Like it was like a little more kind of mainstream horror than you would expect from like an A24 thing. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. It just seemed like from a plot, like wise, like having like a demon like possessing a house and stuff like that. It seemed more.
Yeah, but like it used.
But the end.
But it used the story as like a metaphor for a symbol for a lot of things. So
I know for sure.
Like what the movie's really about, as opposed to like what actually happens in the machinations of the plot, I think is what sets it apart from being like a.
I'm not saying it's a mainstream horror movie.
No,
I'm saying that it's much more than what I would expect. Like from everything else that A24 has made.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, we all hated Hereditary. Don't watch it.
No. Dude, this does not speak for the group.
This does not stand.
I will not stand for this.
I got 2 sugar glider penises straight up for Hereditary. Sugar gliders have 2 penises, guys. This podcast should include some factual information.
Okay.
All right. If you want to bring that element to the podcast, you are more than welcome to.
Well, I just did. Sugar gliders have 2 penises. And when I had one as a kid, my grandfather found out that sugar gliders have 2 penises, and my grandmother said, well, why do they need 2? And my grandfather said, 1 for coming and 1 for going. Now, he was just trying to turn a phrase, but god damn it, did I fucking piss myself like laughing at that shit.
So, do they actually have 2 dicks, though?
Yeah, no, sugar gliders have 2 penises.
That's fantastic.
Bifurcated. You know, well, it's a bifurcated penis. It splits.
It's one that's split into 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's one system.
And it's
2
always
dicks.
rape.
Yeah.
In the animal kingdom, that's often how that
In the
works.
adult kingdom?
The animal kingdom.
In the adult kingdom,
The
yes.
adult kingdom.
In the
anal
kingdom that is adults.
Yeah, that happens.
People
it's
are
often.
criminals.
People do terrible things. Just
Yeah,
like
I only have
silverfish.
I
Just
only do
like
it in the
Toni
child
Collette.
kingdom, where it's all consensual.
Oh, no.
Okay.
All right. This isn't Catholic confessions, so...
It's not that kind of podcast. It's definitely not going to be putting those types of tags on this.
I can't hashtag that, Dan.
You could.
I'm untaggable.
You can't tag this cat.
Which, speaking
Fucking
of tag,
wild card.
did I send that to? I sent that to you, Chase. Speaking of tagged, I sent that to you. That fucking River Money was
Yes.
in a scene that was cut from Tag.
With Jake Johnson. Yep.
Yeah. What?
Wait, what?
Our friend,
What?
our friend, I say with a parentheses.
Yeah. I remember the story. You actually told it on this podcast.
Yeah.
So apparently that guy was in Tag. He had a scene where he played Jake Johnson's lost son, and it got cut. And he posted a picture of him hanging out with Jake Johnson, saying like, "Unfortunately, my scene got cut, but it was really cool to be in the movie." And we were like, "How the fuck?"
Dude, this fucking guy, like, it's ungoddamn believable. Like, he was the dumbest motherfucker in film school, and like, just, but not even dumb. I don't know, but he hired a production crew and fought with them the entire time to the point where they quit. Like, what?
So he's just straight up like bullshitting his way like up to the top.
He's got the
and
most
he's doing it.
beautiful
And
eyes
he's
I've
fucking
ever
doing
seen.
it.
I have respect for him now, and I hate it.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I hate it.
It's fucking awful.
It's okay. It's gonna be all right. Don't hate it. Embrace it.
My only hope is that he doesn't listen to this podcast.
I thought you were just gonna
Yeah,
say.
I know, right?
I literally thought you were about to say. My only hope is that he dies.
No, I don't want to know.
I know.
That's
but
reserved for very few people.
talk about.
I'm not going to joke about that.
I don't know him. I can. If he died, no skin off my back.
Just his friends and family.
If he dies now, I'm just this is a joke, okay? He dies the day after the podcast is released.
He was joking, okay?
I was joking.
No, yeah, it upset me to see that, Dan. It upset me
That's
so
all
much.
right.
It was a bummer, but
That
whatever.
is-
I mean,
that's
good.
pretty-
Good for him. Good for him.
That's
I
pretty
wish
funny.
him well.
Good for him. Good for fucking him.
That's pretty fucking funny though.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
no, it's
laughing.
hilarious.
You're fucking laughing.
Yeah, I didn't go through anything.
Yeah. No, he does have the most beautiful eyes. I'm convinced that's
He
the asset
really
that
does.
he's
his
using.
eyes.
It's the eyes.
It's got to be that.
It's
fucking,
so,
Our
like,
listeners have
Rasputin
heard about
eyes.
these eyes.
he has great eyes.
These
not something you can take away.
These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another one like I'm saying do.
Everyone just turned off the podcast.
Yep. It's over.
Did anyone watch anything else that they would like to talk about?
Besides Hereditary.
I am now about 3/4 of the way through the second season of Kimmy Schmidt after having rewatched the first.
I've
since
heard
our
it's so
last.
great. I have not watched it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so great. It's so great.
Yeah, I need to
Dude,
jump
Titus.
on that.
He's my
Titus is
favorite.
wonderful.
I watched
Yeah.
some Home Improvement last night.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was pretty great. Anyway, go on.
What
That's all.
episode? What season did you watch? I have to know. Okay, so on the Home Improvement, I watched Friends last night and today for a little bit.
Holy shit.
For just a little bit. I like it.
Nope. Just been depressed, so watching The Office.
The Office is just constantly on. Like,
Yeah,
everyone's just
anywhere
watching
I
The
am.
Office.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? And then you're like, oh, it's good.
Yeah, no, it's like a comfort. It's like when I start eating ice cream at like
It's exactly-
waking up
it's-
at like 3 a.m. and eating ice cream and stuff. It's like that's when I'm watching The Office. Is like,
Tee,
oh
Michael
man, I'm
Scott's
really upset
so
about some
funny.
shit in my life. I just need this comfort. This fucking.
It's
warm,
comforting.
Like, oh, it's so familiar.
I do that with Frasier sometimes.
Ooh, that's good too.
It's a good
Scrubs,
comfort.
Scrubs
Yep.
is real good for that.
Scrubs.
Oh my god, dude.
So good.
Scrubs was great.
Yeah, up until they switched to ABC, they were fantastic.
Yeah, they gave me the warm and fuzzies.
Good lord.
Seinfeld sometimes. Those are just like
What?
classic.
Seinfeld sometimes?
All the time. Every time.
Dude, holy shit. Seinfeld's incredible.
Oh no,
I have
I'm not arguing that.
I
I'm
have
talking
not had
about
a
I'm talking about the comfort TV, the stuff that just like
Oh
warms
yeah,
your heart.
Seinfeld will drive you crazy.
Yeah, it's like infuriating, but it's
Curb.
amazing.
It's like if you
Yeah.
watch too much of it, you'll like literally be like, "Oh god damn it!" Like,
No, you just start becoming fucking Larry David, and it's
Yeah,
real
that-
bad. It's real bad.
that and Always Sunny as well. Always Sunny. I remember watching like fucking 6 episodes and feeling so terrible. Like it just being like, God fucking damn it! What the hell? Like my brain felt melted.
I used to love binging their show though. I would watch a season at a time.
It's a fucking amazing show. It's so funny, but I'm just saying I couldn't do it. Like it was oof. It was so much.
If you were put in a room with It's Always Sunny and Seinfeld, and those are the only things you could
They're
watch.
playing like at the same time.
No, you can turn those both off, but then you have to watch BoJack.
That'll just make you sad because it's
Yep,
so
yep.
it's just
so you
it's
go from
so
insanity
real.
to sad.
It just goes so real
Or
into
both.
depression.
He's an insane guy, but now he's just sad.
It's just sad.
He's a sad, crazy mofo.
Why won't he learn? Can no one change? Is it impossible?
I loved that. Well, if no one gives I don't fucking think I watched a goddamn thing. So
I mean, you had the Westworld season finale.
oh, there was a season finale?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It was
there was a season finale.
it was simultaneously.
I didn't know it already aired.
It
is
was
what I meant.
simultaneously some of the most thrilling television I've ever seen, and some of the most bad writing I've ever seen.
And I'm so happy to hear. I'm just kidding. I'm not happy to
it's
hear.
worth watching.
But it's interesting to hear from Chase's mouth.
It's good. There's just some like real heavy exposition, And it's that Christopher Nolan curse, it's like, this is so fucking good, but they just explained
Now we
so
have
much.
to wrap
they just,
it up,
they,
kind of
well,
thing.
they didn't. No, they
Didn't
wrapped
wrap it up, but
they,
like
they
answered some questions.
How they ended it was so good.
Hey guys,
There was just moments where they were like, oh, we have an audience who may not understand what's happening here, and then they over explained kind of, and it was like, don't do that. You don't have to do that.
yeah, that is weird, especially for an HBO show. You shouldn't have to over-explain.
It's
People are already kind of in
subtle-ish.
there, I don't know. But I didn't watch it, so I have no frame of reference.
Well, it definitely needed a little context, which it gave, but then it just kind of over gave it. But I liked it anyways. It was fucking so entertaining. Thought it ended great.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I watched it. I watched it, but I gotta watch it again because I started to. It was a little late, and I started to drift off near the end, as I am wont to do. So yeah, I gotta rewatch it. But what I remember was pretty damn good.
Yeah. Well, at the very end is actually really damn good, and then there's like a sweet post-credit sequence. So when you do rewatch it,
yeah. It's just that I missed a few, I feel like, key moments, and so I was just kind of lost at the end. Like, it was one of those things where you fall asleep for like 5 minutes and wake back up and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, fuck.
yeah, everything's gone.
How long have I been out?
Yeah. No, I
show's
was
still
watching it
on,
with somebody
what?
else. I was watching it with my roommate, so I was like, oh, well, can't just be like, oh, hey, I fell asleep. Can we rewind 5 minutes? That doesn't work with the Westworld finale.
Nah. Yeah, you're a good friend, honestly, for not asking.
Dude, fuck that, Dan. You should have fucking. Come on.
You always can watch it later.
fucking
Yeah, I'm just watching.
put yourself out there. Like,
Just
just
watch
like
it later, man.
just beg.
Just watch it later, bro.
Hey, you fucking rewind this shit
Well,
5
drown
minutes,
it in-
please. This is the last episode. I can't
I
believe
have to finish. Why are you making me rewind it?
I'm going to sleep.
Finish it tomorrow.
All right, let's talk about Velvet Goldmine.
Velvet Goldmine.
Let's talk about that. I don't.
Dad, did you like this movie?
Really? Okay, that's awesome. I'm so excited to.
No, like not really. Like it was, no.
We liked it a good bit, but the entire time I was watching it, I was thinking about all of the like montage and like music sequences, like throughout the whole movie, how it was like all chopped together, like this, you know, kind of like rockumentary style, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like this movie has been parodied so hard, but I've never seen it before. So that all the scenes seem like parodies of like themselves. Like a lot of them do. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
I feel like this movie has been referenced without me knowing that it's been referenced.
Yeah.
Like, because I've never seen the original material. There were so many scenes I was like, I know this is from another movie, but I don't know which one it is. Like, I know that it was like a parody, like in another movie. They were parodying this movie. And like it kept on coming up where I'd be like, this is kind of fucking cheesy as hell. But it was like, I don't know, I still liked it a lot. It was still really cool.
Thought it was
mean,
made really
like,
well.
Yeah, it was made really well, and I thought like there were a lot of parts that I liked, but just overall, I was like, I don't.
You like that Lord of the Rings UFO intro?
I'll tell you what I was very confused by was Bale and McGregor fucking in the space glitter storm from the UFO, then cutting into like the Mighty Boosh fucking music video.
Yeah.
It just looked like a monster straight out of Mighty Boosh.
So you know that apparently they didn't call cut during their sex scene.
Oh, they just called Klaus?
Klaus, step in.
Klaus. I will stop when I'm ready. But they didn't call cut. They just like, and they had cut.
He silently cut. He told the camera to cut. He just didn't tell the actors to cut and let them keep making out and like fake fucking each other until they realized what was going on.
But
Everybody had their phones out.
but in their defense, the sex scene was not much.
Yeah, but
No.
like, how far did they take it before they were? Like,
I
because
don't
like
know.
After
the
cut.
the sex scene was
That's
not
what we
much.
saw.
The sex scene was not much in the editing.
The camera
but-
was like literally like zooming out from the scene, like when they're fucking. It was like we're not looking at this that much, like going away. So like I had read this before we watched that scene because I was like reading shit during the movie, one of those guys, and I was like, oh shit, what's this sex scene like? God damn! And it was that. It was just like them on a rooftop, like zooming out. I was like, oh.
They did more than that when they were like
That's fine.
fucking on the roof at night. I thought it was a longer sequence than that.
They weren't doing anything fucking crazy. There was no like, I've seen so
Also-
much worse.
Oh yeah. It was.
I mean, better.
Just Ewan McGregor's look in this. Like today, I looked up. I was like, "Is there anything about like Kurt Cobain was gay?"
Oh yeah.
Because
Okay.
like he looked just like fucking Kurt Cobain.
He looked just like Iggy Pop too,
He
Oh,
looked
true.
and that's who he was.
he looked like Kurt Cobain a lot when he was in the studio scene. When he was in the studio and like doing like
Yeah.
shitty, he looked so much like Kurt Cobain. But they were trying to emulate Iggy Pop, which is what he emulated a lot more during the movie when he just had his shirt off and was just on stage like freaking out
Yeah.
and shit. And I got that, but apparently fucking what's her name?
Courtney Love.
Courtney Love fucking like sued the movie because they thought
What?
yeah.
because it was the likeness was so much like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I honestly didn't really like
She was actually in talks to do the soundtrack to the whole film.
if you understand the movie and like how it's like supposed to be like David Bowie, like pretty
and
much
Iggy
like
Pop, yeah.
and it's like
Yeah.
obviously that's Iggy Pop. It's not gonna be fucking
It's like Iggy Pop and Lou Reed put together.
yeah. There's a lot of like little weird things. Okay, the fucking intro again. Did the spaceship like was Oscar Wilde in the spaceship and like and then he had that like gold like emerald amulet? Like what the hell happened? Well, I was like, me and Chase were both like, this is how the movie's starting? This is it?
Yeah, because
What?
all I'd read about
I
it
went
was-
back to
it
my
was-
Google Play thing and I was like, did I rent the right movie? I was like, what the fuck is this? This is a movie called Velvet Underground. What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I thought all I'd read about it was about like glam rock, and then it started with the spaceship, and I was like, what? Is this like a Ziggy Stardust thing, or wait, Oscar Wilde's in this? What's
Yeah,
going
that,
on?
That was so weird. It was like 1854 or some shit like that.
I'm going to be a pop idol.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude.
Blood all over his lippies.
Almost all the dialogue in this movie is Oscar Wilde writings.
Yeah. 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 That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, like the whole script is just like
haven't
taking...
read much of Oscar Wilde, so I wouldn't catch it. But a lot of the shit they were saying, I was just like, oh my God. Like, I was like trying to take notes, but like not really take a lot. And like everything they were saying, I was like, I'm not going to fucking write this. I'm just going to enjoy this. Like, it was pretty great.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I liked it overall, I think, but it was like very experimental, and it was very hard to keep track as to what was like happening.
Yeah. I liked it. The fucking intro, like where they're all just like running around in the street and it's like just playing Brian Eno's Needle in the Camel's Eye. Like so fucking awesome because I was so happy I just knew that song to like be like, oh, yes, fucking celebration. Let's go. It was so good. But it was just like a Beatles music video. They're just like, whoa, and like running away. But there was no girls. Like they were just running around town. It was very,
Yeah, it was a little trippier than just a Beatles like the Help music video or Help movie or whatever. Like that image of all the girls running in the Beatles music video. This was like putting like shots over shots over shots. Like,
oh, for sure.
yeah.
I'm not saying like how it was shot.
You're just
I'm
saying
just
the
saying
concept
that,
of it. Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
They were just running around town like a bunch of Nancys. It was
Yeah,
like,
they definitely
holy
look like a bunch of
hell,
dandy fops.
is that Brian?
It's
What
Brian
a cool
Slade.
guy.
I will also say Christian Bale does some wonderful like can't control my sexuality shaking in this. Like his classic move. Like from fucking American Psycho and shit. He's just like trembling fucking masturbating.
Christian Bale is just acting with his face the entire time in this movie. Like, just his fucking lips out and, like, looking at people with his eyes the whole time. You know, I don't know. Like, it sounds dumb, but it's all he's doing. Like, he's doing some eye shit.
He's
and
doing
like,
his brooding look the whole time.
Dude, he does it so much.
Him with the earring and the makeup and shit.
It's fantastic.
Like, not
Hilarious.
doesn't look like my aunt, but looks like somebody's aunt. You know,
Dude,
like it's just like, oh, you're an aunt. You're for sure an aunt.
That's so true.
I like how it pretty much portrayed that like he was like trying to get into glam rock, but like wasn't really like he didn't know too much like how to actually do that. And like showed in his makeup. It was like shitty as fuck, like no contouring, looking fucking tasty.
It is
When
the
they-
70s.
when-
He just looked like a fucking dude.
Near the beginning, when
It's some little Bo Peep shit.
when Bale's at the newspaper and they're asking him to go do the story and everything, and he's like, oh, because I'm the resident. Like he takes such offense. It seems, and like later on, you know, it's like okay, because he's got this more personal connection to the story and everything. But it's at the time, like I feel like they could have toned that back, and it seemed like a little over the top at the time when you don't know the connection, and then it's so far away from the connection that you don't really think back to it that much. I
Yeah,
don't know.
he's definitely going like fucking like super dramatic, like throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Christian Bale for sure.
Well, the whole movie kind of plays like it's some kind of fucking myth, you know?
Yeah,
it's
for
like
sure.
So there's like this over the top like element to just everything about the movie. Like every time they're with fucking Eddie Izzard, they're in like a Rococo French, like just before the French Revolution setting.
Yeah.
And it's like a huge metaphor for like the like being on top and being on the cusp of a downfall and stuff. Like once they get involved with him, I mean that's what they're doing. But it's like so over the fucking top. Everything about this movie is so over the fucking top.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. It's just like a
Fucking
bunch
Ewan
of
McGregor shows his goddamn dick in the middle of the movie.
yeah. What the fuck, dude?
was great.
Honestly, favorite character, Kurt Wilde.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love Kurt Wilde. And what's the fucking?
Oh, yeah.
What's his like the other guy's name? It's like something so fucking silly.
Brian Slade, Kurt Wilde, and
There was like
And he goes by what is it, Maxwell Demon?
Maxwell Demon, which is
yeah.
a Brian Eno reference.
And then there's Jack Ferry.
Jack
And there's-
Ferry is awesome.
And there's someone else.
honestly.
So I don't know like what they were trying to do with Jack Ferry. Like if they were actually trying to like
He like was a
embody like
stand-in-
someone else, but
I think he was like a stand-in for like a Brian Eno mixed with like parts of David Bowie, even though Brian Slade was like was obviously the David Bowie character, and mixed with a little bit of Lou Reed. There was like elements of all of it.
yeah.
But like Lou Reed and Iggy Pop were also what Ewan McGregor was doing, like for sure.
It's just honestly the music is the best part of the movie because I love all that shit. Like
Yeah.
Great soundtrack.
fucking I am getting this soundtrack.
Yeah, no, it
It's-
was an amazing soundtrack.
It is so good. Literally that fucking song at the end when it's like Death to Glitter concert.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
song that Kurt Wilde sings, Ewan McGregor's character sings, is so fucking good. The one that's like find a little stranger and shit, like live a little longer, live a little stranger and shit. It's so fucking awesome. And he's like, get down on the floor. I listened to that again, just like on YouTube. And I'm like, oh my God, this is legit as fuck. And they all sang their own their own songs. Apparently Tom York
Yeah, overdubbed.
overdubbed some of Brian Slade's
of Jonathan Rhys Meyers.
stuff. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
Some of that singing is Tom York, which is crazy.
yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. And now Tom York's making the soundtrack to the new Suspiria.
Oh my God. Have you seen that trailer?
No, I've not.
Oh my God,
Fucking
dude.
Hell yeah.
You're going to love it. It's some Wiccan occult majesty.
Ooh.
It looks
I
fun.
like that.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of fun. Take acid and go to the theater.
The first one's a lot of fun to take acid and watch. This one does not look like it's going to be as much fun to take acid and watch.
I would
What-
not
what
do
series is
that
this?
to either.
It's Suspiria, the Dario Argento like horror movie from
It's
the
just
70s
a,
about the
it's
witches.
a
and
remake.
the-
It's not a series.
Yeah, it's a remake.
Okay.
But it,
okay.
I've never even seen the original.
Yeah.
Have neither-
I haven't heard of it.
oh my god, you both have to watch. We have to do Suspiria. We have to watch Suspiria. It's so good.
Okay.
It's a violent occult horror movie that stars all women.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Let's
Fuck
do
yeah.
it.
Yas, queen.
We'll do it.
All right. Well, now that we figured out another episode, let's talk about the current one.
Oh my god, Toni Collette in this fucking movie.
I know what
So awesome.
what a
Like,
weird coincidence.
I know, very weird coincidence.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck when I sat down to watch that last night.
Yep.
Just watched Hereditary.
We didn't recognize her, and Jordan pointed it out.
The very first, like, I knew she was in the movie,
Yeah.
but like the very first shot of her, Jordan's just like, "That's Toni Collette," and I was like, "What?" Like, I was like,
Did she have a sliding British accent?
Yes, they made a joke about it. They said that she spent so much time in Australia that she thought she could do any dialect.
Okay.
She was like an American.
"That's
Yeah.
hilarious."
Okay, I missed that part, and I just noticed that she was sliding in and out of fucking
yeah.
accents, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, they made like a little like joke about it in the narration when they introduced her character. It was like
Okay.
really short, yeah. But then then she starts talking and you hear her sliding in and out, and it was like kind of funny, yeah. But
Yeah.
it maintained it the whole movie, which was great.
She was fucking awesome. She had some badass motherfucking outfits in this movie too.
Yeah,
I love some good style, some good costumes. Come on.
this movie won awards for its costumes. That
Oh
was
my
like the only
God,
thing
dude.
it won awards for.
Yeah, like literally Brian Slade walking out on stage at the beginning of the movie when he's got that big like feather like thing around his neck. It's just sparkly and glittery, and like then he gets
Yeah,
shot, and literally the hole is so big. Did you notice that? I was like,
Yeah.
holy, what the fuck?
Shotgun
It's
blast.
like a whole like hot dog sized hole just through his fucking body. Like, what the hell? That was pretty nuts. And then you find out it's fake, like pretty much later.
They were almost right after that.
Yeah, pretty
I,
much.
I unfortunately, like, when I rented this from Google, it says in the fucking thing, because I mean it happens immediately. You find out that it's fake. It's right at the beginning of the movie, but like it says right from the beginning, like in the little synopsis, like hey,
Fakes
this
his
guy,
death.
Yeah, it fucking fakes his death, and then I was just like, oh, I kind of wish I didn't know that because I feel like I would have a way different emotional reaction to this.
That's so funny.
It's very
I feel
true.
like I did read a synopsis and maybe I forgot. Like that.
I just
but
didn't
I don't
read
think
that.
mine said that.
Yeah.
But it honestly like it brings up that like he could have faked it, kind of like Paul McCartney is dead. Like it's like the opposite kind of thing. I don't know. Like it's kind of I feel like it's kind of referencing that, like because you don't really actually know that he hasn't died until like later when like Toni Collette's talking about totally like fucking seeing him and shit, like seeing him afterwards. Like it's kind of up in the air, right?
No, I
Did you
think
not feel that?
Not for very long, was.
No, I thought that once they revealed it to be fake and he was just like living like out of the limelight for 10 years and no one knew what he was up to, but like they knew he was alive.
Yeah.
But he was actually just like that other singer. He like basically turned himself into the Thin White Duke, which is like a funny little joke because that guy was
Yeah.
just dressed in white and looked so Stepford Wivesy.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I don't know. It remained mysterious to me for a while. Made the movie better. Fuck you guys.
Well, no. See, it was also ruined for me because it was like I immediately knew like, oh, singer fakes his death. That was just the beginning of the movie for me.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
I think that was supposed to be
by a fucking spy with a
like a spy versus spy from fucking Mad TV.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking of.
He like throws a hole and it just like goes underneath him and he falls into it.
Oh my god, yes, to rock music.
To glam rock. Oh, yeah. I thought Eddie Izzard was one of the best parts of the movie. Like he was fucking awesome.
I like that immediately after, so like he was struggling like to like find his style kind of thing, and then like when Eddie Izzard comes in and they have that whole like it almost looks like the courtroom from The Wall.
Yeah,
we were talking about The Wall, like how it's just like fucking just gray and shadows and shit. And he's like, I'll arm wrestle you for fucking Brian Slade's contract.
I've never.
Yeah, what the fuck? That was so weird, but it was awesome. Eddie Izzard is pretty sweet. And I just love that like immediately after he was his manager, that's when he found like the glam rock. Just because of who Eddie Izzard is, like that he was the catalyst for that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it was perfect.
It's good casting. But like it doesn't like show like any side of that like from his own character, you know.
It's just good casting.
It's great. Oh, so how about like fucking Brian Slade growing up in the theater or whatever, and his mom like giving the guy a blowjob? Right? That was his mom.
No, that wasn't his mom. That was just a dude. That was just like
it was a dude. Okay, yeah. I just completely forgot.
A cross-dressing performer.
Yeah. That was a cross-dressing performer who was singing and being awesome.
And then the fucking like stage manager just like fucking gives him a little wink and kiss, just like a.
Yeah, that was very weird.
Through the door. That was like, it's like, okay, I get it. You see a blowjob, but like that's a little over the line. Like, yeah. I can forgive you for forgetting to lock the door. You're gonna get a BG.
Or even closing the door.
Yeah.
It was cracked. He
literally
just, like,
walked in a door, started getting a blowjob, and winked, kissed at a kid.
When he saw.
Terrible man. Not forgiven.
He's a stand-up
and then
guy.
just like cuts immediately to him doing a little Richard shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rudy. Oh, Rudy. And that's when the film lost me. I literally was like, I hate this part.
Well, I just like it when it cut to his parents. I loved when it cut to his parents and just like the grandmother just like fucking dead on the sofa.
Yeah.
What about when he's like hanging around those school kids or whatever, and that kid has the pocket watch, and he's like, "Oh fuck yeah!" He like has the pocket watch in the next scene, and the kid is pantsed on a bed in front of him, and then his tie drops to the ground. Brian Slade's tie drops to the ground, and you're like, what the fuck happened in that scene? Yeah. Like, what did he like fucking beat this dude up, take his pants down, and he's gonna fuck him?
Oh no, I thought he just fucked the shit out of him. Yeah,
he fucked him so hard that he's unconscious on the bed. No, he's taking off his clothes now. Like, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. He like began to take off his clothes after fucking.
It felt to me like
was already exposed and passed out on the bed.
It felt to me like there was a very dark implication.
Very dark.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a dark implication.
I was like, what the hell? He's just like, like I stole from this person and now I'm, doing something you don't know.
It involves me ass fucking them.
Definitely playing with his ass. And I stole from him. The stealing is what makes it bad, because then you're just like, hey, he doesn't care about him at all. Like, he'll just do whatever. If it literally was just like without the stopwatch, then it could just be like kind of a little more romantic. Maybe they just had sex and he fell asleep and he's gonna.
It felt to me like he was raping.
Know. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, because of the stolen watch.
Maybe they had an agreement, beforehand. There he was like, you can fuck me, and I'll give you this watch. You just fuck me real good, and I'll give you this watch. Maybe we don't know. All right,
Yeah,
we don't know.
There was a cutscene where Brian Slade was like, "Hey, Mike, can I please keep that watch from you?" He's like, "Oh yeah, if you fuck me real good."
Yeah, I'll fuck you. I'll fuck you so good for that watch. Just let me. Can I keep it? Just put it in my pocket. It's a pocket watch, right? Put it in my pocket after I put myself in your pocket.
Hey, and then they high-fived, and then the next scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not what happened.
Oh, why was he taking off his
for some
clothes?
reason, that was cut out.
Why is he taking off his clothes afterwards, though? Doesn't make any sense.
He got sweaty. He has to get a shower. He's gonna just take a shower.
He was coming back for seconds.
Put on his clothes. What did you just stick his dick through the fucking pants hole?
Yeah, it's just zip, just a little zip.
It is easy access. They had long
They
zippers
were in a
back
hurry.
in the day too. Way
Quick,
longer.
Fuck me real
zippers.
quick. Fuck me real quick.
You
Just
can
real
stick
quick.
the
No,
whole
just don't even take off
thing.
your
Like
pants.
you
Just
got
put
like
it
a
through the
little.
hole.
You got a little breathing room even in between your legs. That's like through the zipper. It's a deep V.
That's what those old school pants were like. The
Okay.
deep V.
The fucking costume. The guy. Remember when they're interviewing for the personal assistant? Like that nerdy girl showed up, and at Jack, what was it, Jerry Devine, or whatever the fuck his name was. Yeah, Jerry Devine. That's
Eddie
Izzard's character. The guy was wearing a fucking Minnie Mouse like fucking pantsuit. Did you see that shit? It was so badass. He's just like, "Hey, do you know how to do this?" And she's like, "No, I don't think so." And she's like, "You got the job." Like, come on. Like, he was awesome as fuck.
I don't remember that.
Oh my god. I even pointed it out. I was like, "Look at that shit. Oh my god."
Oh, I do
It
remember
was
the pantsuit.
so
I
fucking
don't remember
cool.
that scene.
I
Do remember the pantsuit.
I love that pantsuit so hard. Fucking okay, so this medallion, which is the biggest part of the movie that I don't fucking understand.
I don't understand. It seems like the biggest part of the movie, period, and I don't understand it.
It's getting passed along from person to person that you don't even see it getting passed along, which feels like an important thing. Like as important as the One Ring to rule them all. Like you should know where it is at all times. And like Jack Ferry fucking has it.
Yeah.
And then Kurt Wilde is giving it to Christian Bale.
He said he got it from Jack Ferry in that conversation.
And you're like, why?
But I thought Demon had it. I thought fucking Brian.
When did he ever have it? Jack Ferry had it when when they first show Jack Ferry, he like has it on his fucking collar or some shit.
Yeah. And then
so
I
handsome.
don't know why.
I don't remember if Brian gets it at any point. He may have.
No, I'm probably just wrong. I was probably just high and just assumed.
I don't think
had
Brian ever had it. Brian Slade didn't need it. But
He didn't need it.
I don't fucking
He
know.
didn't need it.
It was the spirit of Oscar Wilde, guys. It was passing along from person to person, being a pop idol.
Okay. And Kurt Wilde with his butt stuff and his dick being all weird. Okay, I listened to an interview of Ewan McGregor talking about that scene, like the first scene where they watch Kurt Wilde.
Yeah.
And like Brian Slade had like the worst set or whatever. And then like everyone's like loving. Didn't you think that like everyone was fucking, that's the point of the scene, that they fucking loved Kurt Wilde?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they weren't liking him either. I thought they were also like, "Fuck you."
Oh, so they're like throwing shit on stage and stuff. That's what
Yeah.
That's what Ewan McGregor was saying about the scene
Yeah.
in this interview. And I was
That's
like,
not how I read it either.
I literally read it completely wrong. I thought everyone was like totally like, I was like, maybe I was just so like, this is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought Brian Slade was jealous of like that they all like they were all like, "Oh, your shit sucks, Brian Slade," but then to like Kurt Wilde, they were like, "Fuck you!" Like he was so provocative and so big and glamorous and everything that they were like, "Fuck you," rather than just like, "Fuck," like your shit sucks.
that's pretty funny because when they threw the bottle and the fire came up, I was literally like,
Yeah.
oh shit, cool, like pyrotechnics. Like, man, this show is really put together.
Well, then he,
No, so, yeah, and then it was Kurt Wilde being like, "Fuck you," like so much, like, "Oh, you guys don't like me? Well, like, here's my fucking dick, an asshole."
well, and then he jumps into the crowd after the fire starts.
Yeah, but they don't like.
Yeah,
but they're not really.
You don't
they're-
see him like popping up. And
Yeah,
down.
he's not
yeah.
crowd surfing. He's just like he's probably just fucking elbowing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very strange that I read that differently at the time.
I totally read that differently too. I don't know why.
Which is so obvious, but I don't know. I was just like, yeah, he's so cool. Like that's what I want to see at concerts. Come on, man. Just flick me off, please.
Yeah.
Just waiting for all these guys to flick me off.
And then we'll know we got a
See
show.
that asshole.
Give me that ass.
So
Did
Brian-
anybody else notice the Citizen Kane shit going on in this?
I honestly, so you brought it up, but I have not. I don't know. Like I've seen Citizen Kane and I've studied it, through film school and stuff, but I've only seen it like twice.
You don't remember it?
No, I put it in the hamper.
It's not the movie to put in the hamper.
I would need to watch it again. I've been doing other things in my life,
Yeah,
and I haven't watched it in a while.
I remember like a few things from Citizen Kane, but like I mean, I don't. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute since I've seen it.
It's structured the same way. The whole reporter going to talk to all these different people in this guy's life and trying to figure out who he is and who he was. It's the same. It's literally the same plot, or at least that aspect of the movie is the same plot.
I didn't care for all the zooms.
Wham!
lot of zooms.
Yeah,
I didn't care for.
Well,
it.
see,
I liked
those
it.
those are the things that like seem like they're parodied. Like that makes me think of like Austin Powers and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like it's so fucking funny, but it's not really meant
It's
to be
not
funny
supposed
because
to be.
it's not supposed to be funny because it is pretty much like what they did like back in the day
Yeah.
when they were fucking when that happened.
Yeah.
Like they were doing those type of shots and stuff for
Yeah.
publicity and like all these different videos and shit.
It was definitely in vogue for the time
Yeah.
that the film takes
Yeah.
place.
But like when you see that now, you're just like,
The
ah.
film takes place, but not when the film was shot.
Yeah, no.
No, but I thought the
still,
cinematography
like, it
in
was,
this
Yeah.
was really good. I understood why they were doing it.
but it was making me laugh a lot. Like I was just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, this is like, what is this film? Okay, so when it like starts off like what with a music video, and of what Kurt Wilde as he's like got hooves. And he's on a rooftop.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
Yeah.
He's got like fucking like goat feet.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
Is it Kurt Wilde or is it
Kurt Wilde, yeah, it's Ewan McGregor with goat feet, and I'm like, yeah, it's perfect. Like, can we get a screenshot of that?
Yeah. And then he gets sucked into the house and then Bride Slade comes out.
Yeah, and it's like all in a painting. And
Yeah.
you're like, what the fuck is going on? That shit was so weird, which I loved that. That was like so, I don't know. I don't know if it's just like the British aspect or like it makes me actually think of Clockwork Orange, but like I think it's just the British thing.
I think it was.
No. Well, it's made by an American, so.
I think it was the song in that music video that like had me getting like Hedwig and the Angry Inch vibes.
Totally.
I
I've
was
mentioned
getting,
that
I was
movie.
getting
Yeah.
some of those. Yeah. Which good movie. That's all I have to say on it. It's the whole comment.
The only thing I have to say is it's a good movie.
It's a giggle, goddamn.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
It's supposed to be a good Broadway show too. I want to see it because
Yeah.
it's starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt or something like that,
He's in that now. What?
like the Broadway or something like that. It's
Yeah.
someone really famous like that.
Neil Patrick Harris was in it when it opened.
Yeah, now someone else is taking it. Like
Yeah.
someone else really famous.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
I saw Spam-A-Lot when it had David Hyde Pierce in it, and
that's awesome.
What the fuck?
yeah, and god damn it, I'm high and I'm blanking on his name now. from It, and he had a stroke, and he's the clown from It.
Tim Curry.
Oh my god.
Tim
Tim Curry was in it. Tim Curry played King Arthur.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was fucking dope as fuck. And I got a picture with David Hyde Pierce afterwards.
What?
Like with my arm around David Hyde Pierce. But it's before like there were cell phone cameras and shit. And we just had a disposable camera, and it was the single picture in the entire roll where my dad pulled it out, and there's a piece of lint over the fucking like lens, and he clicked the picture.
No.
And all you can see are our chins.
Oh,
But luckily,
no.
David Hyde Pierce has a very distinctive chin.
Oh my
My
god.
God.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it fucking sucked. I was so upset. I got back to Florida after that trip, and like the roll wasn't done yet, so I just like took pictures of just like I was like fucking whatever, man. Just click. Gotta get this to Eckert's. Gotta take this to Eckert's so I can get it developed. Took it to Eckert's, and they developed it before it turned into CVS. And I was so upset. Oh my god, I was fucking crushed.
They're like, hey, look.
Didn't get my picture with.
They're like literally
sucks.
developing your film. They're like, hey, look, this guy got a picture with David Hyde Pierce. Haha, not no more. quick. Now it's just their shins. Good thing David Hyde Pierce has some very fucking characteristic shins.
You gotta check the negatives, Dan.
Chin. His chin.
I know.
Okay.
What, you think he
I thought
said
I might have
shins?
broken up.
Oh, his shins, huh?
He's got very distinctive shins.
Why was he even showing
Those
shin?
calves, baby. Those calves tell a story.
Do you think a man without calves like that could have played Niles? I say no, sir.
No, sirree, Bob.
No, give me my
man,
cognac.
Kelsey Grammer loved cocaine.
Oh my god, I know. Cocaine and a lot of other stuff.
But just like I love the scenes in Frasier where you can just clearly see that like he just did cocaine.
Yeah, it's like almost every scene of Frasier. It's like he was coked out like the whole time.
Niles!
No!
Yeah, it's not acting. No, that's what acting's called.
They did say that like he would come on set and he would have these big bags under his eyes and he was just like he was non-responsive to everyone. And
Big bags of cocaine.
Yeah.
Just like holding them like this. Like, hey guys, who's ready to fucking do some movies? And they're like, this is TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
And he's like,
man.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. He just goes, my sister was murdered in a killing spree in the 70s.
Oh my god.
Is that true?
Yes.
And then he eats a bagel.
Famous killing spree picked up by these two guys who killed a bunch of women, and she was one of the victims. It is actually the moment he started doing cocaine, kind of like in his career. You can see him fall into it. I'm laughing. It's not funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know her.
Oh my god. Damn it. Jesus Christ.
Hell, she was dead before any of us were born.
It's very true. She is a piece of history.
She is. There's a Wikipedia page and everything.
Well, I never watched Frasier that much. I'm sorry.
What?
When I have watched it, I've enjoyed it, but I just didn't watch it that much.
It's okay.
It's
I
more
mean,
than
Saw it on
okay.
TV.
It sounds like fun now.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's a good time. Well, it's on Netflix. I believe it's all on Netflix.
It is. If you want to sell yourself on Frasier, just watch 3
I'll wait till it's on
Valentines.
something else. You watch what?
3 Valentines.
No, I'll wait till it's on Hulu.
I want to see that shit with ads.
I love the ads. Charmin.
No,
Ultra,
it helps
let's
with
go.
it helps with the pacing.
Yeah, they don't cut off in the middle of a scene on Hulu or anything.
Yeah, seriously, what the fuck?
That wasn't an ad break. That was the middle of a monologue.
Have you guys seen the new set photos with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt for the
Yes.
Quentin Tarantino movie?
Yes. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Brad Pitt's wearing like all denim, like looks.
He looks like Robert
with, like,
Redford.
Aviators. Yeah, he looks like kind of like Robert Redford. It looks awesome. I'm like, damn, yeah. It just looks tight as fuck. I'm so happy.
Yeah, it definitely looks dope.
This is the only photo that I saw. I don't know if there was more. I just saw that
the
one. Yeah, it was cool.
It's just the two of them.
Did you see the set photos from Zac Efron's Ted Bundy movie?
Yeah.
No, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
really good.
Looks just like it looks good and looks like Ted Bundy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What
Whoa,
happened to
really?
that
It
Ted
does
Bundy
look
movie
good?
you and John Michael were writing?
Yeah, it was, but it never got written, and now they're making it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It actually it does look good though.
Oh, it looks dope.
There's a trailer.
No, there's just like set photos and
Huh?
shit.
Very weird.
It sounds dope.
All right, well, let's get back to fucking. What's the movie called? Glitter Town. Okay. So literally, before
By
the
Todd Haynes.
before the fucking sex scene, when Christian Bale's looking all cute, letting Kurt Wilde be his plaything.
Cute like an ant.
Yeah, he's like, I'm acting.
Cute like, here, I got you a Hawaiian shirt and some cargo shorts.
He's what they're like looking up at the stars, and there's just like a shooting star, and fucking Ewan McGregor is just like, hey, make a wish. And like swigs a beer, like it's just like the weirdest thing ever. Like
It really was. I remember this thing being like, what? Just like, make a wish. It was just so quick. It just...
Yeah.
it's so weird, dude. Oh my god. And
Make
then
a wish.
it's like, ooh, mine's coming true. Oh, could you please yell cut next time you guys cut? That would be really cool. I was kissing Christian for a long time, and he's getting way too into it. He's a method actor. You know this, Todd.
He's tried to have sex with me 10 times.
Todd and Christian had a little pact. It was like, Christian, I know you get really into it, and like, you're not gay, but like this character is, and you can explore that, and you can love that, and you can try it, and you can keep on going. And I won't yet. I won't cut. I'll say Klaus.
You can make up for it by your next role being a psychopathic heterosexual murderer who hates women.
Yeah, balance.
Yeah, it's balanced it out.
Balance it out the next year with the Psycho one.
The American Psycho.
Was that the next year? I thought that was like later in the 90s.
99. This
that
movie
was, like,
came out in
mid-90s.
98.
Oh, yeah.
This is a late 90s movie.
Yeah, you didn't realize because it like seemed so freaking like whatever.
70s.
It was so authentic that I was just like, what the fuck? Am I in my fucking time machine?
Holy shit! This is like wedding singer level period piece.
Didn't we just talk about Wedding Singer?
Yeah,
We have talked about that before. Yes.
It's fun.
It's a good one.
we went down an Adam Sandler hole, and we never checked out his timeline. Honestly,
Well, we're not going to
yeah.
do it right
Oh.
now.
Well-
It looks like we are.
well, talk about the rest of the movie, and let's fucking get to this Adam Sandler timeline.
Okay, well, I'll talk about this. Todd Haynes, the guy who directed this, I really fucking like everything I've seen that he's done. And even though this movie had some issues, he did Safe, and he's done that Mildred Pierce on HBO, and he did Carol, and I believe he did I'm Not There, the Bob Dylan biopic,
Which is awesome as fuck.
which I've never actually seen all the way through. I've only seen scenes.
Have you seen it, Dan? It's pretty good.
I haven't seen it. I thought you, when you first said it, I was thinking Joaquin Phoenix, I'm Still Here.
It came out the same year.
Wow.
I'm Still Here, same year?
Yeah, same
Yeah,
year.
it's like that whole like A Bug's Life ants thing. that you're talking
Oh,
about.
that's
I'm not
what it is.
there.
Yeah,
I'm still
yeah,
here.
Yeah. I'm not there. Still here. Same year. My favorite year. 525,600 men.
Annihilation. Rent Annihilation.
Okay,
We
so
talked about that before.
Punch,
Hey,
Punch
that's a
Drunk
callback.
Love and Mr. Deeds came out the same year.
Yes.
Okay, no. But when did Little Nicky come out? Because
2000. Came
Okay,
out
Little
2
Nicky.
years
What year did-
before.
How many?
3,
2 years before.
2.
2. Okay. I don't remember what we said before, so it doesn't really
We're
matter.
we're
I said Little Nicky came out before Mr. Deeds, and I'm validated in that statement.
oh,
You said it
I
came
don't-
out after.
No,
I disagree that is.
I
what
did not
Chase
say
has
that
said.
I did not say that it came out after fucking Punch Drunk Love.
We did say that Little Nicky was one of his earlier movies.
Oh, I remember. I said that
Because-
Little Nicky came out before. I said Little Nicky came out before Big Daddy. You said it came out after Big Daddy.
It came out after Big Daddy, before Mr.
we were
Deeds.
like definitely before Big Daddy, which is wrong.
See?
It's wrong. What?
Validated.
It came out after Big Daddy.
Big Daddy came out the year before, which is weird.
Oh shit! Woo! Shit! Fuck!
It is weird though. Little Nicky's so fucking weird. Let's not talk about it anymore.
That's real weird that it came out after Big Daddy. That seems strange to me.
That's all I needed to know.
Paul Thomas Anderson, there's like a big survey from directors and actors of what other directors and actors they've always wanted to work with. It's a long list, and just about everyone says Paul Thomas Anderson. But the only person Paul Thomas Anderson said was Tiffany Haddish. She said he wants to work with Tiffany Haddish because she reminds him of what he saw in Adam Sandler.
Huh.
Yeah, I was like, that's interesting.
That's a very weird thing to
yeah.
say.
Yeah, he said like
Yeah.
like what he sees in her.
I don't do. I voodoo.
Yeah, but look what he did
kidding.
with Adam Sandler. Like, Punch Drunk Love is the best movie Adam Sandler
Happy
ever made.
doobie.
I see a never-ending Netflix deal out of Tiffany Haddish.
Paul Thomas
Paul Thomas
on
Anderson,
Twitter.
can you stop believing in us, please?
I want to retire. They keep giving me money.
Holy shit.
Paul Thomas Anderson just directed a Adam Sandler stand-up special. It's going to come out on Netflix in the next couple months.
Really? Why?
You just wanted to?
Why would he do that to us?
I don't know. I'm going to watch it now. Definitely going to watch
Adam
it.
Sandler's old stand-up, here we are talking about it. Fucking great. It's so funny. He's literally like so just nervous, like little shy guy. He's like, so, you know, like fucking talking so like under his breath and like barely looking at the audience. It's fucking awesome. So fucking funny.
It's very funny.
I like
It's very
it a lot.
character tripping back
I
then.
died when I like got in a hole, like looking it up on YouTube. I was fucking dying laughing. I was like
Check that out.
I was like in my car in a parking lot, like dying laughing. Like, what the fuck?
It's like watching his.
Who am I?
It's like watching his SNL audition.
I don't remember that one.
I haven't seen that.
Now I can't remember it, but I remember watching it with
that's
you
damn right.
and laughing my ass off.
The Jim Carrey one, if it ever resurfaces, I'll be so happy. Jim Carrey's SNL audition tape is fucking the biggest gold mine ever. Fuck Velvet Goldmine. I'm just kidding. No, this shit's so good. Oh my god.
As a father, I reference Will Ferrell's SNL stand-up or SNL
Oh, it's
audition tape
fantastic.
all the time.
The cat.
Yeah. The get off the shed for the love of God and all that is holy. You know, golf's a funny game. We play it. It aggravates us. It pisses us off. It's expensive, but we still love it. Dear God, get off the fucking shed.
I love that audition.
When he's acting like a cat, like playing with the ball, and he's like, "Shh, Krista, hold my calls."
Yeah. I'll give it a test run, see if it plays.
We were watching. We got in a hole, and we've been in a lot of holes in our lives, and we were in one this time. And we were watching. When Chris Kattan plays the monkey, Mr. Peepers.
Mr. Peepers, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the Mr. Peepers episode. Those are so good. Eating the apple and just flying everywhere. Chris Kattan is so
Yeah.
good at that. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
It's like the best scene in Corky Romano is when he actually takes all the coke and then he goes and talks to the kids.
You have a question? You have a question? Question. Yes, no, yes.
That's the best scene in that whole movie.
It really
Did
is.
Did you see the one where The Rock came on and did it with him?
Yes.
The Rock played like his dad, and it was like him like cuddling up with The Rock. It was great.
Yeah, and like, who is it? Who's the guy? Who's
The Mango?
no,
When he plays the Mango?
the mango? No, the guy that they like attack. It's Dan. That's not Dan. He plays the dad in Rick and Morty. What's that guy's name?
Chris
Parnell.
Yeah.
Chris Parnell's like in the middle of it, just being like, "Oh God," like playing straight man, and like The Rock is like on him. The Rock and Chris Kattan are both on him, and he's just like, "Fuck." In real life, you can see it on his face. It's fantastic.
Chris Parnell's the perfect straight man because even when he's playing the straight man, he's goofy as
He's
fuck.
goofy as hell.
He's fantastic.
In that
I
one
love
where
Chris
Will
Pratt.
Ferrell plays a doctor, and they're like, "We lost your baby." That was so funny. And Chris Parnell's just like, "Well, all
Your
right,
baby's a witch.
guess we'll go."
This is
make
Dr.
another
Poop.
one."
Him and 30 Rock as the doctor who doesn't know
Dr.
any-
Spaceman.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
Dr.
the
Spaceman.
Dr. Spaceman. Dr. Spaceman.
Tracy.
The thing about the human heart is we don't know where it is. It's because it's different in every person.
It's not located in the same place. What about my diabetes, doctor?
No, when he's telling Tracy, he's like, I don't know how to say this, Tracy. You have diabetes?
I love that dude. He's so good.
All right, guys, let's fucking wrap this shit up.
All right, we're obviously not talking about Velvet Goldmine anymore.
Velvet Goldmine, though, like
It's a great movie, I thought.
I had a very
honestly.
good time watching it, even with the like paradoxical kind of shit that was happening within my own mind. Like it was very weird how I was viewing the movie. I feel like I didn't view it how it should be viewed because of fucking internet and all the other fucking media I've consumed throughout my life.
You
But
viewed
was-
it backwards.
Yeah, it was like a backwards effect, but it was still really cool. I liked it. Dan, you didn't like it that much, but give us your little 2 cents. I'd like to know after this conversation what you have to say. You
Okay,
fucking
I
fish.
liked it. I thought it was good.
It was good. It had, like I said, fucking an hour ago. It had its moments. I love the soundtrack. I just wasn't into it. I just wasn't that into it. I don't know. It was well shot for the period it was portraying and everything. So yeah, the zooms are motivated, but like I wasn't into the zooms.
Zooms are motivated.
I thought I was like there was just a lot of things that were they weren't. It's not like they weren't well done. I just like I don't know. Wasn't my cup of tea. Which I like glam rock stuff. I like I don't know. I like a lot of the actors in it and everything, but I wasn't that invested. I was just like, these guys seem a little dramatic.
Yeah.
And I am one to be quite dramatic.
Yeah, they weren't. It wasn't a very accurate portrayal of David Bowie. Like Roger Ebert made a point where he was like, if you just told the story of David Bowie, it'd be more interesting because he was a more interesting person, which is pretty true.
Well, it is weird that they kind of like wrote it off of like just historical shit. Like it was so close, but it wasn't it. That it was just kind of like what?
Yeah.
What is this shit?
So they had to rewrite some of it because David Bowie found
Didn't
out
want-
what they were.
Yeah.
Well, he was like down, and then he found out that the screenplay was based on his ex-wife's biography of him and some other book that was written about him. And when he found out it was based on those two books, I guess he doesn't like those books. He doesn't think that they're accurate portrayals, and he was like, "I'll sue you if you keep doing this."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you read the script.
He was like on board to like make music and stuff for it. And
Yeah, it felt like the public's version of Coke. You know, it felt like the Publix cola,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
of the David Bowie story.
Exactly. It was like watered down because because he didn't like the way they were portraying him, and then they like tried to pivot to make it more generic, and then they're doing this like mythic thing where they're trying to tell
weird.
They're trying to tell some like
Sci-fi shit.
sci-fi but like age-old story that's like got all these dramatic like big dramatic gestures and cues. I mean, they're literally like structuring the movie after Citizen Kane. Like they obviously had like a big ambition with what they were trying to do,
And
like
Eowyn was narrating.
yeah, it's like Lord of the Rings copied this shit. No,
Back
but like
in the mines.
I feel like that all worked negatively towards like it being like engaging characters or anything. It kind of just became like it was experimental and like it was interesting. There was aspects of it that were very interesting, but yeah, I can totally see where you're coming from.
For sure.
Where it's
I'll probably watch it again and have a good time. This would be a good movie to just put on, like, you know, when you're having a party, put it on a fucking projector.
yeah. No one has to pay attention.
Just like all those Zoom shots, everyone's like, fucking party, dude. Hell yeah. Who are these people? Dude, that's Ewan McGregor's dick.
Is that the guy from the Tudors?
All right.
Hit the mic.
Fuck! Okay, let's wrap this up. We fucking talked a lot of shit tonight. We went off the rails, and it was good. I felt good.
I like the conversation.
Okay. Now we're gonna
I
say
had a good time.
We're gonna say goodbye. We're gonna get the fuck off the mics. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, please follow us on Twitters and Instagrams and Facebook and all.
Gram.
So we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Fuck you.